What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and I always appreciate you all allowing me to air a little business out here, talk a little business, YouTube, and about my personal life and things like that. And look, when YouTube announced that it was going to roll out abbreviated subscriber counts, I thought, well, I don't really care about this. I didn't think it would be that big of a deal. I wasn't entirely sure how I'd even feel about it. But now that it's rolled out, I'm asking YouTube to bring it back. Or at least have a system in place where people can opt in and opt out to it. Maybe that would be something people can share it, just like how Patreon has this feature where you can either publicly display your subscribers or don't. In fact, YouTube already has that feature to allow me to publicly show my subscribers or not. Why not tie that to the API? I'd be willing to bet that the overwhelming majority of people would opt into that would want their subscriber counts showing publicly, because we as creators, we use it. We use it all the time. When I was just starting out, I used to watch my subscriber count obsessively. It's how you know if you're doing good or you're doing bad. And in a particular day, it can matter as much as over a week. So now, for example, my subscriber count is going down a little bit. Lost a few subscribers today. I think I'm going through a transition period on my channel. I cover both video games and kind of pop culture stuff, and so I end up having these two groups of people that don't like it when I cover too much of one and not the other, and they end up... So it's not a big deal. I'm not freaking out about that. But when a lot of subscribers or YouTubers saw that essentially having hundreds of subscribers disappear overnight, it's not a good feeling. And sure, you can log into your backend and see that, and it's there. But now I have to track this on an Excel spreadsheet. The tool that was, for example, Social Blade, and really anyone else that tracked this, I'm not sure if there was anyone else. There should be. But this tool is very important to creators because for the right creators, it serves as a huge motivating factor. Now, in many articles, you've now suggested... back on August 30th, that this is about creator well-being. And I'm alluding to, people tuning in when there's a controversy and some YouTube channels losing a bunch of subscribers. I mean, so? I didn't ask you to be my mom. You know what I'm saying? I think that this does far more detriment than it does any good, because it's super demotivating to look at. I have 699,000 or 599,000 subscribers. I don't even know anymore. I tend to watch my view count far more than my subscriber count, but I still check it 1 to 2 times a day because it allows me to know if I'm doing right that day, how my subscribers reacted to that day's particular videos. Maybe I had a really bad take and a bunch of people unsubscribed. They don't always dislike a video and leave a comment that says, I didn't like this, I'm unsubscribing. Most people just leave and they don't say anything about it. So if I can't track this on a day-to-day basis, it's extremely difficult. And since you dropped, for example, for me, at 599,000 subscribers, my channel's pretty much plateaued. I only get maybe 100 to 200 subscribers a day. And what that really means is I'm probably gaining 500 and losing 300. I think I've probably found as many people as I can with this type of content, and I'm super happy to have everyone here. But I still watch it. And if I'm losing subscribers for 3-4 days in a row, I have no way of easily tracking that unless I'm now manually tracking it. I have to keep an Excel spreadsheet, and that is only going to make the type of people who obsess over this worse. You get that, right? Like, this is the equivalent of saying that if we make crack illegal, people will stop using it. Now I have to go to some back alley sub-count place in some dark, seedy alley and, kick over a bunch of used needles to get my sub-count. YouTube says abbreviated subscriber count launching next week are meant to protect creators' well-being. So who asked for this? Who? It's not protecting my well-being because now I'm stressing even more about it because I have no idea directionally how things are going. And this, again, is not what you originally said. So which is it? Ahead of YouTube's new abbreviated subscriber count launching next week, the platform has posted an update clarifying that this change is just about, quote, isn't just about creating more consistency everywhere that we publicly display subscriber counts. It's also about creators' mental health. I didn't ask for this. Nobody asked for this. We heard a lot of feedback from the community following our announcement in May that we wanted to share more about why we're making the change. A Team YouTube representative wrote in the update post, beyond creating more consistency, again, who cares? What consistency are you worried about? Was it that a YouTube channel displayed 1,824 subscribers on one channel and 1,827 on another? Nobody cares about that. In fact, it's less consistent now when it shows just 599,000 even, because that means it could be 599,999 or it might be 599,001. It has a span of 1,000 subscribers. We know not everyone will agree with the update. We hope it's a positive step for the community, both viewing and creating content. How? I don't understand, Team YouTube. And by the way, I'm still waiting for feedback on Toon's channel. You replied to me directly on Twitter and said you were looking into it. His channel has now been in hackers' possession for 5 weeks. How much time could be spent fixing that and not worrying about real-time subscriber counts? For those who haven't heard about the change, it's going to work like this. Channels with fewer than 1,000 won't see any change. Their subscriber counts will appear as exact. To the public, channels with more than 1,000 will display abbreviated. I don't like it. I don't want it. I didn't ask for it, and I want the old system back. The change will only affect channels' public subscriber count displays. Creators will be able to see their own count, subscriber behind the scenes. Yeah, I've got to log in to my YouTube channel, and then what? I've got to take the data, and then I've got to write it down in an Excel spreadsheet that I now need to track. So now, because I am numbers driven and I'm so performance driven, I'm like a perfect example of somebody that you would probably think might obsess about their numbers too much. And all this does is make it worse for me. I know it's such a small thing, but I see it in the morale of my fellow creators. I see the way Mamology posts. I saw what Ricky Berwick posted. Nobody liked this. And it's not one of those things that just like people will just get used to. It's like saying only 1,000 subscribers is worth recognizing. When I have 600,000 subscribers, I literally care about every one of them. And I know that only 10% of them will watch my videos on a daily basis, but it's not always the same 10%. And instead of waiting to celebrate growth every 1,000 subscribers, I take it personally I take pride in every one that number goes up. If it goes up 100 one day and 300 the next day, I feel good about that. The new system will not make that data public. I have to log in and track my own. Now, I get that, but it also takes away a motivating factor when you're looking at yourself against other channels. You might view this as negative because a lot of people in today's soft society view competition as something like toxic or something that's bad, but competition drives most of us creators, YouTube. Burnout is a real thing, but people are going to burn out with or without these numbers. But being able to track real time what my fellow channels are doing has actually been something that's been very good for me even. Not even from an adversarial relationship standpoint, but from a, wow, views are really low this week. What's going on? Oh, the whole space is down. Okay, I get it. Or wow, what's going on with subscribers? Oh, everyone's kind of down. Okay, that's good. Now I don't get that data. So now I'll be left to wonder what's going on with my traffic, what's going on with my subscribers. Look, if I was Jake Paul or whatever and I was gaining 1 million subscribers a day or what, 500,000, whatever, not 1 million, but you know what I'm saying, tens of thousands, who cares? But when you're gaining tens or hundreds or 50s, to me and to my fellow creators, I don't think it's too much of a reach to say that all of them matter to us and that this system is strictly worse than the previous system. Now, if you allow me to search other channels for my YouTube dashboard, okay, I guess you could argue that, but this system is whole hog worse. It's only going to increase stress, and it's going to hurt your most dedicated creators that really push to understand their own analytics. YouTube, please revert this, or at least allow creators to opt in and opt out to it. It seems like such an easy thing to do. It seems like something you never should have changed in the first place. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you agree with me, please make sure you share it out there too. Maybe Team YouTube will listen. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video, and I really hope you enjoyed it. Above, you'll find some links to watch more videos, as well as a nice big button to subscribe, which I hope you'll do. If you did enjoy it, make sure before you go that you leave a like and a comment on the video, because you are the #1 reason this channel continues to grow, and I appreciate you.